KSI and Logan are having complete crybaby meltdowns right now.
I'm complaining about a lunch kit. I've seen dickheads that don't.
Hey, JJ is so funny.
Wipe that drool out of your mouth, dude. Oh my god. I mean, I think you should just suck him off at this point. Anyways, as you guys know, this whole situation started with one tweet by DanTDM calling out KSI, Logan, and Mr. Beast's new product, Lunchly, which is a ultra-processed snack, which is not good for you, and it's kind of seemed like a soulless money grab. And basically that one singular tweet by DanTDM made KSI tweet about 10 times, Logan tweet a bunch of times, KSI made an entire video on it just having an utter breakdown, and then Logan made another video crying even harder. And then KSI made even more tweets, quote unquote, apologizing about the situation, which is, keep in mind, DanTDM has not said a single word other than that one tweet like a week ago. I mean, this is just absolutely embarrassing. They're still getting bodied with absolutely zero effort from DanTDM. So anyways, let's just go over the updates. So basically, KSI dropped that video where he would fake laugh every 3 seconds to cope with his own fan base actually hating him. And I did actually cover this, but it was in my 3-hour Marvel movie, so you might have actually missed it. Basically, the summary is that KSI reads his Reddit posts and then he has a meltdown. He calls his own audience low IQ, which is extremely ironic, by the way, coming from KSI. Then he pretends all the criticism is just people being racist, and he highlights like a singular tweet with barely any likes at all. It's just a classic move, gotta pull out the victim card there. Then he basically says it's not even about Lunchly and that people just hate him in general. I mean, boohoo, man. Let me play you a sad song on the world's smallest violin. He was also forced to show the clip that he's been trying to wipe from the internet because it keeps getting posted on his Reddit. Basically, Vicstar reveals that KSI was super excited about releasing NFTs to his audience so he could earn $20 million in a day. But then Vic actually had to talk him out of it because he actually didn't want his fans to get scammed. So yeah, wonder why people hate KSI, guys. Almost like he'll sell his audience out for money. Anyways, what I didn't cover was some new updates with Logan's new video, which is even more sadder than KSI, where he actually just reacts to KSI's video and then latches onto his pee-pee like a blood-sucking leech, and he just won't let go.
What happened to YouTubers, man? I can't not say anything anymore. This is selling stuff for the sake of making money. How does this benefit them?
Yes, gotta force out that laugh just like KSI. Gotta suck on it real good. You sure you're not in an open marriage, Logan? I'm really questioning it now. Anyways, we already know Logan's sense of humor. It's filming dead bodies, obviously. Hilarious.
It's because people just hate us.
That's it. People just hate us. And I've come to realize now in my adult life that hate really is just a feeling of one's own inadequacy. You're dissatisfied with your life, you're unhappy, you're angry because your wife left you, or you suck. You might as well go hate on a cracker stack.
Okay, I don't believe Logan ever came up with that. I'm almost certain he Googled that shit. Like, hate is a feeling of one's own inadequacy. Brother busted out ChatGPT for this response. And believe it or not, Logan, it's actually possible for you to be wrong and not people just randomly choosing to hate on you. People are upset that you're peddling ultra-processed trash food to kids. People are fed up that dog shit influencers like yourself keep getting away with scam after scam after scam. And this was just the last straw after a long list of horrible things.
When it comes to Twitter, Twitter is just a cesspool of the most depressed people on this earth.
Hey, that is so true. Twitter sucks. I'm not kidding. Probably one of the worst places to be.
Not wrong, Twitter is pretty trash, but I'd still rather be on Twitter than on the Logan Paul channel. Like, at least the kid will turn out dumb instead of some fucking brainwashed scammer or something.
I remember a time when like success and dreams used to be celebrated. And now it's like, and this was my response to DanTDM, we've spent our whole lives creating content and now we want to build businesses. Seems like a natural arc for any young, ambitious adult. And without even trying the meal, just seeing a headline, it is met with hate, resistance, disgust. You don't know anything about this product. And the people that think they know about it still don't know about it.
Okay, first off, we literally only know what you have told us about the product, which is it's a Lunchables alternative that has more electrolytes, particularly potassium, which is not impressive at all. That's not like a super nutrient that supercharges kids and makes them grow really well or something. It's just a random thing you've added in there. We know it's ultra processed crap. We know you're not food YouTubers. We know you don't specialize in health and nutrition or anything like that. We know that you just want to make a quick buck. And that's exactly what people are calling you out for, that you know nothing about your own product. And I'll tell you exactly what happened because I'm a YouTuber too. I sort of know how this stuff works. Basically, they just meet with some business guy who agreed to make the product for them, right? And then they just take a cut. And all Logan and KSI have to do is pretend they actually give a shit and then market it like absolutely crazy. The exact same thing happened with Prime. They did not come up with this drink. They don't know the formula, nothing. They just market it. In fact, KSI and Logan only own about 20% of Prime, correct me if I'm wrong. So the reason for that is because they didn't actually make it. Otherwise, they would obviously be owning 100% of that. But they basically just take another product, slap their name on it, and then gullible fans will spend their allowance because, you know, it's like, oh, it's their favorite influencer promoting it. But in reality, it's just processed garbage that is probably harming their health. There's no passion in it. There's no soul, no concern for the kid's health or anything. It's just for money, which is exactly why Dan TDM called you out. He's basically pointing out that, you know, YouTubers are turning into soulless corporations, right? There's people who genuinely care about their audience, and then there's people who are literally billionaires and still want even more money and are willing to harm their own audience for it. Anyways, after this, he starts battling with community notes because that's like a new feature that sort of fact checks you on your wrong tweets.
I went to war with community notes the other day. X's regulatory body of truth, but they lie. The whole system is littered with lies because community notes is just it's exactly that. It's a community of contributors contributing what their point of view is, not the truth, their point of view. And if their point of view gets enough votes, it gets marked on the tweet. But that's crazy to me because if you're a polarizing person like me, because the contributors, by the way, who are not my fans, these are people who sit online all day, they don't go outside, they don't smell the grass, sit at the computer all day, they'll come up with something that fits their narrative or might make your tweet look bad so other people can ratio you, and oh my god, bro, I got ratioed so hard by so many people. People were making like a thing out of it. I think I saw like 4 tweets from like small accounts that were like, I want to ratio Logan Paul, can you guys help me? 123,000 favorites. I favorited it too, to be honest, just because that's hilarious. Like, these people will go through life and that'll be their greatest accomplishment, and if I can help with that, I'm so happy to.
Nah. This is lethal doses of copium, dude. I can literally see your tears from behind the screen. This dude is crying inside, and he's like pretending to be okay with it. Basically, both KSI and Logan do this thing where they pretend that nothing actually affects them, right? I'm just too cool, guys. You know, that's why I'm melting down in several tweets in a separate video when I actually never make any videos on drama ever. Now, we'll give him one thing about the community notes. I have noticed that before, community notes were purely facts, right? But as time has gone on, I actually do agree. It is less facts and it's more like popular opinion. It's still like mostly right about 95% of the time in my experience, but sometimes it will just put opinions or owns there or whatever, like if something is funny, which is not a good feature. Obviously, the whole point of the community note should be like a fact-checking feature, right? But that being said, Logan's community notes were mostly right. They basically just called him out for lying, so I don't know why he's molding so much.
But yeah, community notes, lies. I had a sports MD doctor on one of my tweets. Lie.
Why lie for?
But I'm like, bro, it's not sodium. It's the 400 milligrams of electrolytes that we mentioned in the drink. And I had to correct him. I was like, bro, you're a sports medicine doctor. How you can't read? The drink in Lunchly has 400 milligrams of electrolytes. We're not making that up.
Okay, I can't tell if Logan is pretending to be dumb or is actually dumb. Basically, Brian, the doctor guy, said that sodium getting rebranded as electrolytes will be taught in textbooks one day because it's a blanket statement at how ridiculous it is to say electrolytes instead of just sodium on the package, right? Because if the general layman, right, sees a high salt and sugar content on a product, they will automatically think it's unhealthy. But if you change the word salt to electrolyte, then suddenly people think the product is healthy. And that's what he's saying, that it's stupid in general what marketing has become, that you got to use these tricks to get sales. Now, just to show you how ridiculous this is, another product that has a shit ton of electrolytes is a Big Mac. In fact, I'm pretty sure it has way more electrolytes than Prime, easily. And therefore, it must be 100% healthier, right? exactly. That's not how it works. Now, my guess is that Brian maybe gave Logan the benefit of the doubt and assumed Prime, which is a hydration drink, would actually have sodium, right? Because for those of you who don't know, sodium is the main electrolyte that rehydrates you after exercise. So when you sweat, you're mainly losing sodium there. Now, Prime is actually so bad at what it's supposed to do, which is hydration, that they actually use a large amount of potassium instead of sodium. Because a large amount of sodium actually does not taste good to kids, at least in drink form. I know it's good in like chips and other shit like that, but in drink form, kids generally prefer sweet things to salty things. So Logan bragging about potassium in his drink is extremely flipping stupid, but the layman would not understand that and just be like, okay, more electrolytes is good, which is exactly what he's banking on when he talks to his viewers here, right? And the worst part is, I'm pretty sure he knows all of this because he's a boxer, okay? I don't think you can be a boxer without knowing what hydration is, right? So he's knowingly created a shit product that he himself is not using. I'm telling you 100%. After KSI and Logan's boxing sessions, they are not drinking Prime, at least to hydrate, okay? They're using something else, all right? If they ever drink Prime, it's just for promotion, for marketing, or for the taste, all right? Which apparently all my friends are telling me it's trash. I've personally never had it, okay? Now, another thing they brag about is low sugar. But the thing is, you actually need sugar in a hydration drink. That's the one place you actually do need it. So things are not blanket good or bad, but of course it's hard to explain to someone who's not into this stuff. Obviously, the average person on the street is going to be like, oh, more sugar, bad, you know, which is right most of the time, right? Because it's more empty calories. Now, Brian actually responded in his own video, and here's what he said.
Logan seemed to take offense to my tweet here, calling me a sports medicine doctor, saying that I can't tell the difference between sodium and potassium. Logan, I assure you, I can. I understand the basics of hydration here, and we're going to talk about it and dive into this and just my opinion, and not my opinion, but the science on what the deal is with this. More electrolytes. So they're advertising that more electrolytes are good. And that is the fundamental problem here, and the lack of misunderstanding with electrolytes and hydration that has frankly gotten out of control with just this electrolyte hydration beverage market. You don't need to drink electrolyte drinks just as part of daily life. There is no reason that you should be consuming Gatorade, Liquid IV, Prime, Body Armor, any of these electrolyte drinks. They're not necessary for your average, regular, healthy person to just sit and have for lunch, dinner, breakfast, or as a snack. The one improvement that I think with Gatorade is that it has more sodium, 270 milligrams of sodium compared to 10 with Prime. Now, Gatorade also has sugar, but sugar is important when it comes to hydration because our body cells actually uptake more water and these electrolytes whenever sugar is along for the ride with this co-transport. I have no problem whatsoever if Prime and these other drinks, but Prime especially with their marketing we'll talk about, was being marketed as just a low-calorie, tasty coconut water. That's what it is. The challenge is that it's marketed with professional elite athletes consuming it as this optimal hydration electrolyte beverage that is good for you when you're exercising, good for your health, good for your hydration, that simply don't hold up when you look at the science based on the actual electrolyte composition.
Flavorful combos versus standard picks? The meal kit combos are nearly identical to Lunchables. Big gestures versus mid moments? I certainly don't remember that lesson in my nutrition classes. Less than 10% of calories should come from saturated fat. Lunchly turkey? 23% of calories come from saturated fat. Less than 10% of calories should come from added sugars. Lunchly turkey, 10.4 comes from added sugars. It's clear Lunchly, just like Lunchables, misses the mark too many times to be considered meaningfully healthier.
Well, there we have it. There is the official scientific verdict destroyed by two separate doctors who don't hate you at all, but just looked at your product, its ingredients, and decided, hey, it's actually still processed trash. You know, basically KSI and Logan don't even believe in their own product. They purposely made it bad for hydration, which was its purpose, because it's easier to sell it as a good for you beverage, right? Than, oh, this is just trash, but it might taste good. right? Same thing with Lunchly. They have to claim that it's actually good for you, otherwise parents won't let their kids buy it, right? Anyways, back to Logan's meltdown.
Bringing up a harmless Dan TDM video from 9 years ago, but I wasn't the one complaining. I'm just replying to Dan. Am I not allowed to reply to Dan?
Yeah, but your reply was extremely hypocritical. You called him out for products you've made yourself, and you know, it was a completely different situation. He made one tweet, you followed it up with 10 tweets and a video, and you're definitely complaining right now. Dan has still not said a word. He probably doesn't give a single shit. He made one comment, and 3 massive YouTubers are having a meltdown.
I wouldn't sell something that I don't eat myself, and I wouldn't find myself eating a carrot, celery, apple slice lunch.
I mean, if you're a 30-year-old grown man eating Lunchables, I think you deserve an early death at that point. And just because you eat like shit, Logan, doesn't mean everybody else wants to either. And also, okay, allegedly, isn't Logan heavily suspected to be on steroids? So clearly he does not give a single shit about his health, right? So as long as it helps him in his career, he doesn't really give a shit. So stop trying to make everybody else like you to disregard their own health, right? Because some people actually care about their health, and especially their kids' health, you know? And I love how he says the only alternative is literally a carrot celery lunch or something. Those are not the only options, just Lunchly, Lunchables, and carrot celery. How about kids just eat a sandwich, ya dumbass? Like, how about a good old freaking sandwich made with a mother's love, all right? Instead of Logan Paul's toxic chemicals. Also, how about you feed your kids more than 200 calories for lunch? My God, they're gonna starve, bro.
We see it just differently than the people who are hating on us. If we can take shelf space and market share from a company that is not producing the best product that they can be doing in terms of what is in it, that is a win to us.
Well, actually, the only win to you is the $1 billion that KSI accidentally admitted while in his reaction video. Oh, Lunchables actually made $1.8 billion last year, and that's pretty much the entire reason they're going into this and so vehemently defending anything, because for $1 billion, it'd be shocking what people would do, obviously. And obviously, there's a stupid argument as well. This is like the inventor of vapes going, well, actually, I'm a very, very moral and good person because I'm taking shelf space from the other vape companies and other cigarette companies. Like, you know, it's good to wane off it or whatever. This is a weird comparison, but just for go with me for a sec. Like, you're still trash. It's still bad for you. It will still kill you, still give you cancer, and it might be just a little less worse. But honestly, in my opinion, Lunchly and Lunchables is barely any different. I feel like if 2 kids are put in a trial and they're eating Lunchly every single day of the year and Lunchables every single day of the year, they'll probably die in the same year at age 40 or something. Maybe like 3 days difference because Lunchly had more potassium in it or some bullshit, right? This is not like a big difference or anything like that, right? And the fact of the matter is, these guys can promote anything and it would be successful. So like, you could choose to do any product in the entire world and you choose this crap because it has the biggest like margins, obviously.
And actually, let's take a step back. Let's take a step back and look at the whole f***ing situation. These motherfuckers are complaining about a lunchbox. These motherfuckers are complaining about a lunch kit. Absolute dickheads that don't deserve my maturity.
Hey, JJ is so funny.
I'm like 99% sure if we pan the camera down, Logan's pants are wet right now. Like, you can't tell me that he's not absolutely omega creaming it right now, dude. There's no way. What is with this dude? He keeps sucking him off. Brother, your wife is right next to you, and here you are getting off to KSI. Ay, ay, ay.
When I used to watch KSI's videos when we were beefing, I hated him. I was so annoyed with him. His laugh, the way he interacted with these people, I just like chose to dislike anything I could about it. Because I was a hater. I really was. And then I met the guy, and I was like, dude, you're great. You're awesome. I like you. And now I think his videos are so funny, like my lens completely shifted. And I think right now we're stuck in that first kind of lens for a lot of people. So, you know, hating us, it's just what you know. It's in your blood. You don't know anything different.
That's actually the biggest compliment I've ever gotten. Hating is indeed in my blood. I am a professional hater, I will say. But what is in your blood, Logan Paul? Scamming? Scamming DNA? Sociopathic red blood cells? By the way, here's my hypothesis, my little conspiracy theory, and tell me if you guys agree with this, okay? This is what I suspect actually happened between KSI and Logan, besides them cheating on their partners to get together, obviously. Basically, at the very start, KSI and Logan hated each other, right? They were doing their whole boxing match, influencer drama, whatever. But they didn't hate each other more than they loved money, right? So when they realized that they could just get together in a little nice room, you know, smooch a little bit, and then make $1 billion together, they were like, okay, we'll just pretend to like each other instead of actually punching each other. And so that was the simple equation. They just like money more than they hate each other, and they wanted to make $1 billion. Anyways, unfortunately for them, all of their crying and whining on social media has not actually paid off. It appears Prime is on sale or like clearance now. I don't know exactly what this is. I don't know if this is even real. I saw it on Reddit, but I don't live in America. If somebody's there, please confirm. I'm half convinced America is not a real place, actually, because of the things I've been seeing there. But I do have friends there, so unless they're imaginary, maybe I just talk to myself the entire time. Are you guys real, guys? Anyways, guys, amazing plot twist. KSI actually had another meltdown on Twitter, right? And then he issued like an apology, sorta, which we'll check that out as well. So he made this tweet calling out Marques Brownlee here, and he basically puts the same thing. What happened to YouTubers, man? Cannot say anything anymore. The selling stuff. Basically copies Dan's tweet, and then he says, some dumbass YouTuber said this exact same thing to me the other day. So referring to Dan TDM as some dumbass YouTuber is absolutely insane. Just saying, rather than complaining, crying, and trying to cancel a YouTuber for trying to create a product, here's an idea. If you don't want or like a product, just don't buy it. Simple. And this is a quote tweet to Dromlord's tweet. YouTuber Marques Brownlee is getting canceled for trying to sell a $50 per year subscription for a wallpaper app. Okay, so the thing about the Marques Brownlee situation, he did sort of mess up, right? It's expensive, $50 for a wallpaper app, not very good, and it's not even the best app. Apparently, it's like littered with ads or something. But he instantly took that criticism, and he's like, he's working on making it better or whatever. And also, Marques Brownlee's history and his reputation is almost pristine, basically, and it's not comparable. So this is basically like his first mistake, right? In years and years and years. Meanwhile, you, let's not talk about you. Also, KSI and Logan keep muddying the waters of thinking that any product any YouTuber releases is bad, all right? And that's what people are getting mad about. But plenty of people have released a product with absolutely no backlash, right? It's only when the product is, you know, causing this much mainstream attention and got like 3 of the biggest influencers ever marketing trash to kids. Obviously, you know, the media is going to pick up on that, right? And wallpaper apps are probably not harming anybody. Your process junk definitely is, as well as your pump and dump scams. Some dumbass YouTuber put some respect on Dan TDM. You have no legacy. And ratioed. Tough, tough, tough. Then KSI puts out this apology tweet. A lot has happened these past few days online, so here I'm addressing everything below. And obviously this is not an apology. If you click the link, it says click here for my apology, and it's pre-saved KSI. Think of it, his new song. He got community noted. Not only is the link 100% misleading, which breaks X guidelines, it's also a marketing tactic by WMG, who created the site, that's using the anger surrounding his controversies to promote his new single. This same tactic was also used recently for the song, but with Jake Paul. A lot has happened. Dan made one tweet. This 31-year-old man, I repeat, 31-year-old man did not apologize. Instead posted a promotional post that takes you to download link for his new song. Then he just keeps going with it. The community note is a straight up lie. The apology's there. You just have to click the page a few times to get to it. Once again, people abusing the community notes. So I guess he's just leaning into it at this point. All right, one more community note added is an undisclosed advertisement for the song. Website has a timer for an apology, but the apology itself does not exist at the time of writing this community note. KSI coming onto Twitter to argue with community notes just to get community noted and ratioed again. My God. Anyways, that's basically the story. L KSI, L Logan, L Mr. Beast, W Pegasus viewers, as always. Anyways, guys, have a nice day. Eat healthy, exercise, all of that shit. That's it, guys. Bye-bye. See you guys next time.